like I think Brock Purdy gets way too much like stuff talked about him. Like I don't think he gets enough credit. And even if he wins a Super Bowl, like I still think guys are going to keep making excuses for him like he's not a good quarterback.
But how many quarterbacks have we said? Did anybody say, well, Mahomes has got all those weapons when he had Tyreek Hill and Travis? And I never heard one person say that.
Exactly.
Now, Troy Aikman went through this a little bit when the Cowboys, with that offensive line, you had Emmett, you had Mike, and it felt like, and Terry Bradshaw went through this with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But I don't know how many quarterbacks that we kind of single out and go, yeah, but look at all the weapons.
Well, I thought it was great, and I'm so glad that it was on opening night when Kyle Shanahan spoke about the game manager tag in Brock Purdy, and what he said was, of course you want your guy to be a game manager. Like that's part of the thing. He's like, you have to manage the game. You have to manage if there's rain or if there's sleet or snow or what we're doing in the game. You got to be able to run the system, and you have to make plays outside of the system. Those are the three things he said. He said Brock Purdy can do all those. And so I feel like Kyle feels like he finally has his quarterback. Like in 2019 when they lost, he had Jimmy G, right? Matt Ryan when they lost 28-3 and when he was coordinating the Falcons. And I really think that Brock is really brought into that. And I thought that was really great for Shanahan to say that. And I think it softened some of the haters a little bit, because when the head coach is saying it, and everyone knows, right, the resume that Kyle Shanahan has, but Shanahan needs to win one, right? Like his legacy is a little bit on the line that a lot of people aren't talking about, and he's going to be tied with Brock because, honestly, Mr. Irrelevant, there was a story yesterday that said they almost didn't even take Brock Purdy. And so it was an interesting story, but I think that's the biggest thing for us. And what people that have known and know football have been talking about all year long is Brock Purdy, in my opinion, is a top 5 quarterback this year. Like, he has played like a top 5 quarterback. Forget about the weapons. That's good. Like, give John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan some love because they surrounded him with it. And they surrounded him with this, but you still have to go out there and make the plays.
Okay, so top 5 quarterback. You would have Mahomes in there?
Oh, yeah.
Dak?
Well, Dak is, I mean, look, this year, I would say absolutely. Like Lamar Jackson, Dak,
So
Purdy.
just performance this year. So Joe Burrow's not in there because he didn't play.
Just pure performance this year.
Okay, who else is in there top 5?
Well, I think it's Mahomes, in no order. I think it's Mahomes, Purdy, Dak, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen, obviously. Like, Josh Allen's whole issue this year was turnovers. I mean, they were 6-6 in December, and they rolled off 5 straight to get into the playoffs. Had that 2 seed. Obviously, you run into a brick wall with Patrick Mahomes going on the road for first ever playoff game. But he played really well. And if they would have won and he wouldn't have turned the ball over as much, he'd be probably in the MVP talk as well.